welcome to the B Team Podcast. I am your host, Josh Safran, with my co-host,
Matt Mars,
and our permanent guest,
Rob Nelson.
We're here every week to talk to you about all things Bentonville, bourbon, and business. The B Team Podcast. Be here. Welcome to the B Team Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Safran, along with my co-host,
Matt Mars.
I like the beard much better than the mustache. You look good.
Yeah.
And welcome back to Bobby.
Yes, Rod's back. I mean, when you're a guest, you get extra privileges. You could just do basically whatever you want.
Well, that's what he does.
Come and go as he pleases.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you here. It's exciting. And you brought us some bourbon for us today.
I did.
Very exciting. Well, we're here every Thursday for all things Bentonville business and bourbon. And today we have another beer. We're going to talk about bugs. Not the sexiest of topics, but we got to talk about bugs.
Got to do it.
We have Trent Rager, CEO, founder, entrepreneur in the community, Natural State Pest, heavy into community and charity and all that stuff. And we're going to talk about all those things today. But before we start, we're going to pour a little bit of...
Yeah, let's open it up.
What do we got today?
A little book.
Little book.
You
a fan of this one?
I haven't been, but this one could be a different one.
Well, the emoji that you sent me on my phone when I said what Rob was bringing led me to believe that you're not a big fan.
Well, I had really high hopes. I've had a couple of them.
Green face?
Yeah, it was a green face.
I've had a couple of them, but they weren't to like what my palate likes.
Well, we're gonna be in for a treat.
Yeah,
or we're not.
Or we'll make old fashions out of it.
It is kind of nice having
where's Russ when we need him? We could be talking about,
We could.
some book.
Here you go, sir.
I've never had it before, so
I'm excited.
yeah, me too.
Because it came from your cabinet, which makes it even better.
I did. I dig deep.
Yeah, this is rare for all of us.
It's got a good color.
Do we need to just have like a moment of silence?
The fact that he brought something
brought a bottle that was new,
and it wasn't Yellowstone 12-year?
or the Infinity bottle.
Oh, yeah.
The Infinity bottle.
That was good.
She bucks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome. Thanks, guys.
Maybe we'll have Matt give us the lowdown on this, the flavor profile.
Stone fruit? Creme brulee?
Try it again. I'm looking at your guys' face.
The 91 test.
Are we recording right now?
No. Is that Walmart or Come and Go?
So what we're saying is that's good.
Yeah. She'll run an airplane. It's hot.
Yeah, it's a little hot. Maybe it'll air.
We'll let it sit for a bit.
Yeah.
See, if Russ was here, we could put a couple drops of water in there.
Oh, yeah. I'll take blame for that.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah. So my favorite.
Well, thank you for bringing us.
What proof is that?
It's got to be up there.
That's good. Just cured my sore throat. So.
It's a 2020 release.
Oh, then it must be good during COVID.
122.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll put air on your chest.
Yeah. I'm gonna let it
and
sit.
Other places.
Exactly.
I'm going to let it sit for a bit. Thank you for bringing something.
I need some ice.
Yeah.
Can I get some water, please?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, to the viewers, if you like something that'll light your ass on fire, that's the bourbon.
And it could totally change. Just like
We'll let it sit for a bit.
let's let it just kind of air out.
Let that one breathe. I mean, you could take the rest of it and use it as pest control.
It probably would work, actually. That was the burns.
That's pretty good.
You're spraying it, yeah. Way to add some value. Right?
I like that.
Yeah.
Great segue.
Great segue. So you didn't start in this business, though. You were doing what before you decided to have this wonderful business?
I started out, go way back, when I was 23 years old, started my first business. Before that, I was just working
What was it?
So, I started with a franchise of Scott's Lawn Service.
Okay.
So just spraying lawns, killing weeds.
Here in Northwest Arkansas?
Started right here in Northwest Arkansas in 2005. Rode that wave, 2008, if you guys remember that. If you were here in 2008. I was so confident when I was young in our business that I would actually buy trucks and hire people because I knew we were just going to grow. 2008, we had bought trucks, spent about $50,000 in direct mail, sent it all out. Absolutely nothing. I mean, just crickets came back, And was young. I didn't pay attention to the news. I didn't realize we were in the middle of a giant recession. So right off the bat, that was our first big hurdle in business. But every year we've grown. Since 2005, we've never had a year we didn't grow. So it's been really, really exciting. Let's see, 2016, Scott's Miracle-Gro Company sold their lawn care division. The entire division. We are a franchise. So we're like, well, that's not going to work. Like, we have a competitor named TruGreen right here. So ultimately, we were forced to kind of sell out, which was not a bad thing. That worked out. The very next day, we started our own company in pest control at a non-compete. So dove right into pest control, took 15 of our best employees, had 0 customers, and it's been a fun ride since.
Wow.
8 years strong.
That's awesome.
And,
Yeah.
And you recently got back into lawn care, right?
We have, yep. So we kind of dove back into lawn care as well. Just trying to get as much value as we can, to each customer. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun getting back. Hired some old managers back, got the old gang back together, and it's going really, really well.
And you guys, I saw on your website, you guys received an award like 2 years in a row for like one of the best small businesses in entrepreneurship in the whole
So
country.
we've gotten the Inc. 5000 award. We've won that the last 3 years, which has been really cool. Just recently, we were named the number 5 best place to work in pest control in North America. So that was really cool.
Wow. Yeah,
but that's something that we don't get to choose, right? They sent out a survey, confidential, to all of our employees, an actual confidential survey. Not one of those like, hey,
Yeah.
this is confidential, but somebody's getting fired Monday.
Yeah,
not one of those. It was
Fill it
actually
out in front
confidential.
of me.
Put your name on it too, not anonymous.
All right. So that was really cool. That just kind of validated we're doing a lot of really cool things for our people, and we're going the right direction. So that was exciting.
And you also have an interesting business model, because I'm a customer, I've been a customer for many years. It's like a monthly subscription base, which is kind of like the barbershop that we do. So like I just pay every month, and then when you guys come out, it's like, hey, there's no charge for your service. I'm like, I feel great, even though I'm prepaying for it. It's a very unique business model in that structure, no?
Yeah, we love that. So the really cool thing about selling a company and starting over is you get to take all the things you wish you'd have done the first time and actually implement those. So that was really, really fun for us. And one of those things was, man, I wish we could get like a subscription model, right? Like the Netflix model, something that's automatic. We don't want to, we have to be successful and do a good service, but we want our customers to call us and cancel. We don't want to call them and ask them if they want to sign back up, right? So it automatically renews. Super budget friendly. We call it budget billing. Break everything up into monthly payments. And if you have any issues, we're there within 24 hours. So it's just unlimited warranty, and it works really good. It's a win-win for the customer and for us. And predictable cash flow, which is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The predictable cash flow is great.
Yeah,
Money coming
any
in every
business,
month. And then, when I call, so I don't know, in the 5 or 6 years I work with you, I think I've called 2 or 3 times to like outside of normal, hey, like we have an issue here today. Great customer service on the phone. How can I get out there? I can't get out there first thing in the morning. I get there tomorrow afternoon. Let me text you in advance. Show me where it's, it's like you feel like you're rolling out the red carpet, and I'm nobody special, but I always feel great when I have to call you guys, because you guys are great for the regular appointments. But then when I need something, it's fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we really hang our hat on that customer service. It kind of all goes back to, I guess, like a kind of like a servant leadership, I guess they would call it style, where, we're there to make sure our managers have everything they need to succeed. They are really serving those team technicians. And those technicians, when they come out, they're like, hey, we are fully prepared to take care of whatever you got. We got you covered. And they understand that customers are where their paycheck comes from. We've got a really, really good group. It's going well.
So is Josh, is he one of those people you can only send certain people because he's so cranky?
We send our best guy always.
The phone rings
Out
from
to
my
his
number.
neighborhood. Yeah.
Phone rings.
yeah.
And also like, red alert, red alert, red alert.
Well, he's kind of our admin with the group here, and he gets to where he's a little snippy sometimes. So
A little snippy a lot of times.
I love it. Hey, we're keeping one step ahead of him all the time, for sure.
No complaints. But you guys are both in homes, home building, and services, and you guys deal with a lot of landscapers and folks that are doing all kinds of services.
Pest people too, because we're required to spray prior to foundations and slabs.
Do you ever heard anything quite like this, that it's a subscription model, very focused on customer service, that's very, very engaged in the community? I don't know.
It sounds special to me.
yeah.
It's cool because, we compete. Everybody can kill bugs, basically, right? Every competitor, Terminix, Orkin, everybody uses about the same stuff, right? If you're building a house, everybody's using wood, the same thing, get materials from the same place. So we have to find what is it that separates us. What is our differentiator? And little things like the service, locally owned, community work, all those things are really what separates us from everybody else and gives us that edge. Because like I said, when you go to the Yellow Pages, or not Yellow Pages, that's how old I am. But if you go to Google, pest control, everybody's got pretty ads. So you've just got to figure out what is your niche, what are you best at, and what can separate you from everybody else. And that's what all of those locally owned, all the tons of community service, it benefits our people and the community. It's really a win-win all the way around.
Now, do you handle all pests from like A to Z, or only certain ones?
We pretty much handle everything. We do an absolute ton of bed bug work, which is terrifying.
I would have never thought that.
It is most people's worst nightmare. It
Worse
really
than
is.
fleas?
I think much worse than fleas. Yeah, I mean, a bed bug is going to come at you in the middle of the night when you're sleeping. They wait until you go to sleep. They can sense your heart rate, and they can sense your respirations, and they wait for you to be in REM.
Oh, vampires.
They are. They're little bloodsuckers. They're awful. So we do a ton of work with those as well. And that's really been a blessing because we get to do a ton of work in the community. Every school district in Northwest Arkansas can call us. They do call us. On average, each school district calls about once a month and say, hey, we've got a family that has an issue. The kid's not sleeping. He's sleeping all day during school. We found out he's got an issue at home. Can you help it? No questions asked. We just go take care of it. So that's really, really cool to be able to have a business where you can actually change lives. Like that's something that you just don't get a lot.
Well, and I think the biggest thing is we have it's like we have a lawn guy that comes that sprays, and he always says, he's like, anyone, like you said, all of us can do it. But he's like, the problem is we show up every, whatever month or 2 months and he's like, whereas when you're a homeowner, you get busy with life. And then once you start noticing them, you have another 6 months of fixing like a few rounds. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So and that's what's so nice about the subscription is you don't ever miss that. The needed
so they tell us like, hey, this is what you need right now. You guys do a lot with termites as well too, no?
We do, yeah. We're really blessed to to own a business in Northwest Arkansas. Everybody is really busy. We've all got, lots of people have kids, they've got great jobs, so they just don't want to mess with it, right? And that's exactly what we're for. We just try to find that one niche that we can just handle, take it off your plate, and let you spend more time, playing with your kids or whatever you like to do, drinking bourbon.
Yeah, and I'm sure doing the lawn care with the bug care is big because then you're kind of knocking two birds out. Because like you can take care of the bugs while you're doing the lawn, so they don't even get.
From a business standpoint, it makes so much sense. We want to get selfishly, we want to get as much revenue per client as we really can. But those clients already trust us, know we're going to be there when they have a problem. So it just makes a lot of sense for us to offer more services to our existing clients that already love us. Exactly. Yeah. One call, you can take care of any issue that you have with.
I had a company, and I won't mention their names, but I was working in the backyard, and I went to go close my fence, and all of a sudden I was swarmed by all these wasps and got nailed like a few times, and those suckers hurt, And I called my guy, and he was like, "No, sorry, we don't handle those." I'm like, "Oof, well, yeah, I'm gonna find somebody else."
Yeah,
it's not the most fun thing to deal with, but we handle. Everything from bees. We have resources for bee removal, wasps, hornets. We take care of it. Sometimes you got to put a pretty hot little suit on in the middle of summer and go take care of it.
Do you do the moles too?
We do. Yeah. Oh, and the bane of my existence. They're brutal.
Those little things.
They are running wild. I feel like. But yeah, we do actually do live trapping on moles. It's a little vicious, actually, the traps that we use. And sometimes we'll pull them up and show clients. They're like, oh, my God, please don't ever show me that again. And some clients are like, yes, please, kill all of them that you can.
So you'd be a good mole hunter. Like you just show up with a gun, just start shooting them.
Our dog, he gets them every now and then. He'll bring them up.
All right, so I have a question for you. Why can I not get rid of the flies in my backyard?
Oh, that is a serious issue for sure. Yeah, we don't do a ton of fly control because it is such a problem.
Right.
As soon as you want to have a nice day, you want to go outside, chill on your back patio.
I turn that barbecue on, and they come from miles.
They come swarming.
I know I make good barbecue, but God, they love that barbecue.
I know. There's a few things we can do, but there's moisture issues. Could be in your lawn somewhere, but It's really a tough issue
Yeah.
that we
I don't think
don't have a great answer for.
No one's cracked that code.
We don't have a great answer
no
for
one's
that.
cracked
We really
that code.
don't.
I had to put it out there just in case you didn't.
You're always an idea guy.
I mean, just
Yeah.
Hey, $2 floss water is the best thing.
Oh no, I have
all
one of those-
natural.
I have one of those salt guns.
Oh, even better.
I go around the house shooting them, and then my wife yells at me because there's salt everywhere.
More
like-
bourbon you drink, the better you get.
Oh yeah, I'm like I sit on the couch. I'm like, blast.
That's good.
Is that in your service? Do you guys do that as well? Shooting salt guns with
We should check into that. I'm sure our guys would absolutely love that. Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Now your wife is your co-owner, correct?
That's
You guys work
correct.
together.
That's fun.
How's that going?
We share an office. I don't know whose idea that was. I really don't. But no, it's going really good. That's probably like my number one question I get. Like, how do you handle that? Right? Like, cool thing going back to when we first started Scott's Lawn Service. The only reason we were able to do that is she actually was working for a vendor. You know, like a lot of us around here, a lot of our clients in Northwest Arkansas. So she was making good enough money at an early age that I was able to quit my job, go start a business, and that was the key. Starting really early, didn't have kids, didn't have a lot of bills.
Kids.
So I know, right? So she freed up us to go, start that business and not have to draw an income off of it for a few years. So that was really cool. But it got to a point where she was working every night, every weekend, taking care of the books, working on that. She has a finance degree, handling the money, and it just became overwhelming. So she was able to step out and go full-time in the business. And now we share an office. So
how does that work? Because our friend Mike Dooley, I know you know Mike.
Yeah.
I'm super connected. When we did a podcast many years ago, he said, I've learned that his wife works with him, Cody, and he said when they want to talk business, they leave the room and they walk into the office and they keep all their business discussions in the office, and then the rest of the house is like a safe zone. I'm like, well, that would be good, but there'd be also holes in the wall in my house because my wife and I would be arguing and throwing stuff. But
Yeah, that
how do you
definitely-
manage that?
that definitely doesn't work in our house. I can tell you that. I love Mike, and that sounds great. But yeah, my wife, she has no bounds like that. So it's really cool. We just do different things. That's how we are able to kind of keep
You stay in your lane. Otherwise, it gets...
I stay in my lane. She stays in her lane. We have totally separate jobs. She's more of a CFO. I'm more of a CEO type operation guy. And it works out good. A lot of times I'll have an idea and then she'll have an idea. So we get, total opposites. And usually we go with her idea, right? That's just part of life, I guess.
Smart man.
But yeah, I'm really good. Sales is kind of my background. I'm good at convincing her of, how you just got to show how you can make it work. And it's really a check and balance. It's really good to have somebody that says, okay, that's a great idea, but how much is it going to cost? Is it going to work? What are the problems that you could run into? And that's what she's really good at.
I call my wife the chief hole poker. Every time I have a visionary idea, I go, this is a great idea. And she doesn't even let it sit for more than 2 minutes. She goes, how is that going to work if you do that? Who's going to do that? But it was a great idea. So she's the chief hole poker in our relationship. Was
Was a key.
What do you mean was?
Was a good idea.
It was a good idea.
It's still a good idea.
Was.
It was.
It's good to have somebody that you can bounce things off of
Yes.
that understands your business too, right? Having a spouse that has no clue what you do, that's got to be difficult. I think it's better to have a spouse that fully understands what you do and can help you make those decisions. So it's fun. But yeah, we'll have a chief hole poker as well.
Great job.
Yeah.
Good business card. Now, your wife doesn't have any idea what you do, right? Because you come and go as you please.
She tries to stay out of it, and she does her thing. So it works for us.
Yeah, everybody's different for sure. But yeah, it's been good to having her on the team. Honestly, if she wasn't on the team, we probably would be bankrupt by now because I love spending money. I love shiny new toys and objects and marketing methods.
Sounds like you.
And honestly, if I wasn't involved in the business and she was running it, we would probably have 17 customers and they would pay a lot of money, because she's all about pushing the profit and, so it's a really good balance.
Yeah.
Checks and balances. Works out.
Well, and she can be the bad guy, and you're the good guy all the time. You're like, well, I would probably take a little bit less, but my wife will never.
It's
allow
not a bad strategy. Good cop, bad cop. Yeah, it really isn't. That's for sure.
You guys have a huge staff of people. How many people you have on
I
payroll?
do. I think we're at 43 now, so it's really good. I try my best to get to know each of them as much as I possibly can. It's definitely gotten more difficult. So we implemented what we call coaches, basically managers. We like to call them coaches because it just sounds more positive. They're coaching you up. or coaching you out, I guess you could say
Yeah,
as well.
right.
But yeah, it goes either way. But our coaches are really the ones that connect with them. But we try really hard. We do a ton of stuff with our team. We took them fishing. We have an annual fishing retreat. We go to the White River for 2 nights, go to an amazing lodge. Took our whole staff about 3 weeks ago. So that's we got like 80% participation to leave for 2 nights on the weekend.
Yeah.
That's the day I called for bug service. Nobody answered the phone.
Out fishing for sure. We hire fishing guides. We have a chef come in and cook a meal. It is really a cool experience. They look forward to it every year. It's like right when this job gets really hot, really sucks, you're like, God, don't know if I want to do this anymore. We throw a fishing trip on them.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey,
That's
okay,
smart.
this is pretty good.
Yeah, smart teach.
This ain't bad.
Yeah,
Smart.
And that whole thing costs us about $550 a person with
Super reasonable.
fishing guides, like 2 people in a boat. Yeah, it's a really good deal. And the White River's just a treat
amazing.
for us to have.
So you shut it down for a couple days?
It was on a weekend. Yeah, we shut it down early on Friday and come back on Monday, and it works out really well. So that's just one of the when we do a ton of events for our staff. We got to where about 1% of our revenue we put directly into events with our team.
And we've talked about this, and this has been a common theme about, like we had Ozark Mountain Bagel and Bill and Sheila, and we spent a lot of time talking about culture and team and growth. And the more I learn about you and the more I learn about your business, again, it's a job where you're killing bugs, but you have a great team and you're building this whole organization very focused on loving to come to work and work with you guys every day.
Yeah, that's it too. You talk about love. We love what we do. We love our people. They love the customers. It's really a good cycle. I mean, honestly, nobody wakes up, when they're 18 years old and says, I really want to kill bugs, right? Like you don't hear a lot of kindergartners go, when I grew up, I want to be in pest control. It's definitely not something that I ever even thought about, when I was small. But as you get older, you find jobs that work for you, that take care of your family, that provide a good income. We're trying to check all those boxes. And people like it too. It gives them a lot of freedom. They're roaming around in their own route, a lot of flexibility. So it's worked out really, really well. And we're almost, we pick and choose the people we want at this point. We haven't ran an ad for jobs in years.
That says a lot. What do you think about all the growth going on in West Arkansas?
We love it. So I grew up in a very small town in South Arkansas, about lifelong Arkansan. So the town that I grew up in had about 10,000 people when I was there. I think there's about 10,000 people right now. I think every time somebody's born, somebody dies. I think that's the cycle that they're on. Literally, it's just very stagnant. The cool thing about growing up in a town like that, I didn't really know, I didn't even know this existed, honestly.
Yeah.
I grew up very, very lower middle income. I guess you could say we kind of had everything that we needed, not everything we wanted kind of thing. But yeah, when you come here and you see the opportunities, you're like, man, it's really an eye-opener. And if you're going to start a business, I think you almost have to be in one of the top 15 to 20 economies or growing areas of the U.S., and we are right in the middle of one of the best ones. So it's been a huge blessing. I give a lot of credit for our success to the area, without a doubt. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you from the community, and we've been out multiple times, and I don't want to toot your horn too much and talk about how amazing of a human being you are, but I'm going to. There's a handful of people in this community that spend a ton of time giving back and don't ask for anything more, right? So you're all over the Facebook pages when the tornado came through, you're volunteering all kinds of stuff. I know that you do a blood drive at Shadow Valley, right? And again, you're not asking for anything back. What you do for the Banks family, which I want to talk about a little bit further.
Yeah.
You guys are just to the core amazing people, and so much of what you're doing is for the community. I just want you to talk a little bit about that.
Man, it's really cool. Like I said, we talked about earlier, that's really what separates us from everybody else. And the cool thing about it is we just love people, love helping people. And every time I've ever done something for somebody else, not asking for anything in return, we've gotten 10x back in return, right? It always winds up working out like that. So it's just become really a part of our culture, trying to make a difference. We're all going to get old and die someday and look back at this and say, what did I do? How did I impact my family? How did I impact the community? And we're just trying to teach that to our team. We have this talent, we have this skill we've been blessed with. Why can't we go share that and really make a difference? And like I said, it's from a marketing perspective, it just makes sense from a business perspective too. Why can't we go out, be an impact on the community, people see that, people want to use us because it's just a cycle, right? The more we love on people, the more they love on us. It's really, really worked out good for us in the past 8 years.
So in Shadow Valley, there's a gentleman named Ben Banks who passed away. Seems like it's 6 years now.
Like 8, I think. Yeah, 7, 8.
Gosh. And big personality. Everybody loved him, and he had throat cancer and passed away. And the family still is there. 2 little boys, and Christian, and like he just started a scholarship fund every year in his name. And many people are very engaged when someone passes away, like at the moment, and they move on to the next thing. And you've been super, super, super engaged with them, and I just think just kudos. I mean, it's just fantastic what you do for that family.
That's been really fun. You know, I felt like adopted those little boys. They've been amazing. You know, now they're high school and college age, and obviously being very successful. But the cool thing about that scholarship, I love this the most. We give away this scholarship to a student athlete. You have to be a student athlete, and we don't even look at their ACT score or their grades. We give this based on character, courage, and how big of a teammate you've really been. So we make them write an essay or have them write an essay, just talking about how that they've overcome a challenge in their high school career that's impacted them. We assemble all those together, hand them over to the Banks family, and they get to pick a winner every year. But
So
we're
the
the
Banks
only
family picks the winner?
They do, yeah.
That's so cool.
Wow.
We know so many people in the community. I think it's just fair if we just assemble them, let them pick the winner, and it's really cool. They get to read those together every year and kind of think back to their dad, like, hey, this is what our dad was all about. Ben was really high character guy, went through a lot of challenges, posted his story as he went through it. So we're just looking for that kid going through some things in high school that's had to overcome some challenges as well. And there's just not another scholarship or recognition that I've seen out there for that. So it's really, really cool.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
that is
That's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah. And how much is the scholarship? It's
$1,000. We cut them a check for $1,000. Use it however you want to.
That's just it's
There you go.
It's really
Absolutely.
and yet you don't have to do it, and you're not doing it for any reason other than the kindness and goodness of your heart.
Right. Yeah. So it's been a lot of fun, and just to kind of keep up with some of those stories. Some of our earlier winners have now graduated college and going on doing cool things. We still try to stay in touch with them. So
That's
that's been
awesome.
really cool.
That's great.
It's fun.
Yeah, that's really good. What do you want to ask here? I know that you're chomping at the bit here. I'm going to put you on the spot.
I don't know what I don't have anything. I think we've answered all the things that I wanted to talk about.
You don't have any bugs in your house like that you want to talk about?
Well, I know whenever we used to move all the time. So because being a builder, I would always find a new house. And the first year or two, there's always a bunch of weird caterpillars. Yeah, I'm sure you know about all the...
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Every time you move, you're going to have issues. We actually moved out of Shadow Valley for a while and bought some land out on Morningstar Road and a house. And our version of country, I guess it's not country. It's right behind the school, but we had 7 acres, and I've never seen so many bugs in my entire life as you live in the middle of 7 acres of grass and pasture. So
Yeah, well, you have it at your house. You don't.
Oh
have to
yeah,
tell
we had an armadillo that... Not an armadillo. We had a possum last night that our dog had cornered that I had to get him to come inside.
oh man, how'd that end? Who won?
The possum lived and Roscoe came inside. But they say that they don't hurt anything and they eat bugs. So I don't know if that's right or wrong, but
Well, I have an armadillo absolutely kicking the crap out of my lawn right now.
that's dominate.
Out of your
Yeah,
lawn.
they are, man. They are tearing our lawn up. So
Don't they come after any bugs? They look for grubs and all that.
They
stuff,
do.
too, like
they're getting after it.
Did you go to the bug display at Crystal Bridges?
Oh, I did not make it to that. I know.
It was amazing.
Yeah, they're all dead though, right?
Yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
like
killing
killing
half we look like they're already dead. They don't need me.
That's right. Our work is done here. We don't need to come here for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. You need to do a post with the security at Crystal Bridges locking you out.
We hammered them. Yeah, everything is wiped out here. It's good.
When you guys are going into new construction and hauling this stuff, you got to be running into shit.
Oh, so we had, I'll never forget, we did back after 08, there was a lot of subdivisions that were empty. So we had started building houses in an empty one, and we had the worst mouse problem. And you would not believe where they get in. Like on the corners of the garage, on
Size
the
of a
bottom.
quarter, they can slide in there, yeah.
And then we had you guys come out and they put they put like steel wool and stuff in there so they couldn't get in. But your job is not easy.
It's brutal for sure.
It's full time.
Well, you have very upset, angry customers, right, that are very frustrated,
Yeah.
coming out, doing the best you can. Can't solve the problem within 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes a couple of treatments, right?
I mean, you get a mouse in your house, and your wife sees that.
Oh, you're done.
You want somebody there 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So we do offer the same day service if you call by noon, just because we get that right.
That's impressive.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
Same
have,
day.
You have ants trailing from your trash can outside to your kitchen pantry, which happens. You know, you don't want somebody there in 3 days. Like, you need them
Yeah.
there now.
Yeah.
And not tolerating any excuses why you can't be there then. So we understand
that's the easiest time to sell the yearly service.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I bought
People
one.
are panicked.
I was like, he's like, you don't have to pay these special, calling me out on emergency charges if you just sign up.
Like, yeah, let me sign right here.
When we lived in Chicago, I'll never forget my daughter Gabby. She was like 3 at the time. And we're sitting at the kitchen table, and she's a huge animal fan. Like she's like the animal whisperer. And we're sitting at the table, and she goes, "Mommy, look at that cute mouse! It's so cute!" And there's
Oh my gosh.
came from one closet to the other. My ex-wife about lost her mind. My daughter didn't understand. And yeah, we couldn't get anybody out for a couple days. I mean, that's an unbelievable customer service to be out that day if you call before noon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse is cool till he's in your house.
Exactly. He's
Not
got all
so
the
cool.
sayings.
Yeah.
He's
Not-
got them down.
Not so cool anymore. So yeah, it's really good too. That kind of goes back to the service piece of it. It just feels good to help people out. You know, having a business where you can help somebody when they're struggling or in a panic, I guess you could say. It feels good to go out and solve that issue. Or somebody that hasn't slept in 3 weeks because they've been dealing with bed bugs and they wanted to try and fight it themselves. And
What is a bed bug?
So they look a lot like a flat tick. They start off.
Yeah, I hate ticks.
They start off really small, and the first time they can't reproduce until they eat or have their first meal. And as soon as they do that, they'll literally swell up, and then it's just game on from there. And they can live up to 10 months without a meal. So we deal with a lot of apartments. They'll say yes. They'll move somebody out of an apartment and say, "Hey, we're just going to keep this one open for a month, and then we're going to move them back in." Well, those bed bugs will hang out under the carpet, behind the baseboards. A month later, they're like, "We're just chilling. We're good.
Yeah,
Come
we
on,
got it.
let's go on back in here."
Where do
So-
they come from? Like, I mean, you hear about it in hotels, and then it gets to your luggage, and then you bring it into your house. But I mean,
There was a huge issue back in the 50s, 60s, and they kind of got wiped out. There's some products that we aren't allowed to use anymore that kind of got wiped them out, and they made a huge resurgence about a decade ago.
Wow.
And it's been pretty steady since then. And of course, Northwest Arkansas, we have people traveling nonstop from all places. India's kind of a hotbed for bed bugs.
Okay.
They kind of just tolerate them there, honestly.
Tolerate.
Yes, it's kind of
I'm
like
starting to itch. Just
So yeah, I mean, you can go in a hotel. You can go. Summer camps are awful here for having bed bug
bugs.
issues. So they're kind of known as like the ultimate hitchhiker. You can walk by, brush against somebody, and they get on your jeans. You go home. There we go.
So what do you look for? Like if you go into a hotel, like what's the sign that I would see?
Yes, everybody should inspect before they lay their stuff out. When we go to a hotel,
Tell us.
Yeah, when we go to a hotel, my kids know we don't go past the towel, right? Like, hey, we're gonna inspect this. We're gonna check it out. My kids know. Get your camera out. Everybody's got a flashlight on their phone, or get your phone out. Pull the sheets back and look at the mattress. You're looking for number one, like red staining, like blood stains. So a lot of times, if you have bed bugs and you see one and you smash it, blood spots out because that's what they just ate. So look for staining on the mattress, and then you can just look for anything. They look like a tick. They really do, like a really small flat tick,
what are they brown too, or
like a darkish brown black. Yeah. You really want to look around the edges of the mattress, around the headboard. They hang out where we sleep or where we hang out, basically.
so in the hotel business, we used to have the mattress kind of creases, and
Absolutely.
kind of spread it apart. A lot of times,
Yep.
they'd
Look
be
through there. I'll
hiding-
just run my
hiding
finger
there.
down it. Sometimes you open up more than you want to see
gotta
when you
deal
start
with
digging
all
through your hotel bed, though.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to be careful.
I heard there's a huge outbreak in Bimini. I heard it was like
I
big,
heard that too.
big.
I heard in Wyoming as well too.
So you got to tell us what's your craziest story? We don't have to hear any names. but
Oh yeah, well we
what's,
do.
What's like the one like the king?
Drum roll for this.
Because like I had one time that we had a house we just closed up, and my heating and air guy went in there, and he goes, it was the one that had a door to the attic, and there was 2 raccoons in there.
Oh man.
And he called me and he's like, "There's raccoons in that attic," and they had just gotten in because the garage door and stuff wasn't up.
Home. Welcome home.
I opened the door. Luckily, both of them ran to the soffit and they pushed it out and they left. But I'm sure you have that.
We do. We do. I mean, our technicians see this every single day, and then there's still times where they get freaked out. A lot of times, probably the worst is to go to a house that has either roaches or bed bugs, and they're so bad they're on the ceiling, and then they'll fall on you. That's the absolute worst. Even an experienced technician, you get one on the back of your neck, it's over. You're done. You're out. Peace out, man. We're rolling out.
Do you have a segment in your weekly or monthly meetings? All right, everybody, give us your worst story. You're oh my God, that happened to you. That happened to me. There's got to be.
We do. Yeah. Oh yeah. We have a group message. And soon as somebody sees something unbelievable, we're putting it out there. But the worst thing is everybody can deal with bugs, right? Everybody can get bed bugs.
You don't sound very happy with bugs.
I would think like a snake or something in your.
Yeah, everybody is susceptible to bug issues. The difference is we can all in this room afford to get it fixed, right? There's a large segment of Northwest Arkansas that cannot afford to get it fixed. So they will go months without fixing it, which means it gets worse and worse and worse. So we walk into those situations where we do it either for free or a lot of times they'll say, well, I can't afford that. We're like, how much can you afford? $30. Done. Okay, we'll just go do it for $30, right? Make them feel like something.
Be careful, because Matt's going to say you can only afford $25 when you come out to his house.
The last $20.
Well, I would think fleas are about. I've been in rental houses.
Fleas are the
fleas are the worst.
People move out, and it's like you said. These people a lot of times have little kids that are still crawling, that are just
they just deal with it. Yeah, they just get used to it.
And they don't you go in there and you just out of the corner of your eye, you see some movement on your pants.
Yes.
And you're like, I got to get out of here. But how do your guys that you guys are dealing with this every day? Do you have a fog that you have to spray after?
I was actually doing a bed bug treatment. I was helping out our guy about 3 times a year.
I was going to say this morning. I was going to fly down.
Probably 3 months ago, I was helping him out. He got it kind of set up my way and just watched it and made sure it was all good. And the bed bugs were terrible. I mean, they were absolutely terrible. I walked out, sat in my truck for a second to check my messages. And you don't stay in there. It's 135 degrees inside. You don't hang out in there while it's cooking. You kind of go in and check it, 5 minutes, come out. 135 degrees is...
Oh, so you cook them out?
We do. Yeah, we use heat. And we heat the entire home up to 135 degrees, which is... it's not a dry heat either. It is brutal in there. So you go for about 5 minutes, and then you come outside for a while. And I got back in my truck, and I looked down, and I saw 3 baby bed bugs crawling on the hair of my leg. And I had a total freak out moment. Jump out of the truck. I don't know where they went, because I just started literally dancing right there. So, yeah, it will still freak us out, too. Yeah. That was early on in the process. Once you've been there for a couple hours and it's been that hot for a while, they're all dead. But yeah, that does happen. Still freaks us out.
Is that a one-time treatment at that temperature? They're all gone?
That's the plan. Yeah, we're about 90% successful the first time.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, they actually will kind of come out. So bed bugs love to hide until you go to sleep. But we put these heaters in there. They'll actually come out. They'll feel that heat, and they'll come looking for it, right? So they're actually drawn out to it. And then by the time they figure out, oh, shit, it's too hot, it's too late. They're too slow. They're not fast. So that's really how we control them. And it's safe.
To them, it's like a host so that they think they're going to... They probably think they're going to something to eat.
Exactly. And then they figure out, oh, man, bro, this ain't 98.6. This is 126. Done. They're done. So, yeah, that's the plan, is to get them all. But, yeah, that's a tiny piece of our business, but I think it's probably the most important because we're able to do a lot with it.
If you were to put, to share out your business, what's the largest share of work that you're doing? Is it...
Sounds like bed bugs.
Yeah, general pest control is definitely the biggest piece of it. The fastest growing is lawn care. It's amazing how fast we grew that. I feel like we've been doing this 18, 19 months, and I feel like we got 1,000 customers like that. It was quick.
I will tell you that the lawn care stuff in this community, it leaves a lot to be reckoned. I'm not with you guys just yet. I just started a new contract with someone else, but I'm telling you, the customer service, it's not what you guys provide.
Yeah, we think it's going to grow really, really fast. We actually just last week bought the lot behind our office in Lowell, what I call the most expensive lot in Northwest Arkansas. At least that's what it felt like. So big connects to our building.
Every
We're
time
gonna.
you want something, Rob steps.
Oh, I know. I tried to buy this from the owner for like 4 years, and he finally just agreed to sell it to me because I've bothered him so much. But it's like 9/10 of an acre, and I paid unbelievable amount of money for it. But in the long term, it won't matter. I fully understand. But yeah, we're building a lawn care facility right next door, just anticipating the growth and the demand that
You guys are
we're
going
gonna
to clean up there. Like, you guys are going to do really well. If the customer service is anything like what you're doing on the boat side, I mean,
Yeah.
you'll quickly.
Great team, do the right thing for the customers, fair prices. I mean, the sky's really the
Yeah.
limit. So, recurring revenue, right? It's our favorite two words. It's really, really fun.
And are you expanding out of Northwest Arkansas? Like, how big can this be at some point?
That's a great question. We really are working on building out our management team to be able to do something like that. We would love to go to Central Arkansas at some point. Natural State Pest Control. I feel like we should be able to do that. I think our long-term goal, our mission statement is to make sure everybody in Arkansas has a pest-free home, where they can afford it or not. That's our long-term, great big goal. But yeah, we service the River Valley right now, but we really like the looks of like the Conway market. I mean, Conway was named the fastest growing city in the state. Like, didn't see that one. I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, I think last year they were the fastest growing city in the state, which is unbelievable. So I think at some point we will venture down there. Honestly, like, pest control in Arkansas is kind of like 1995 in most areas. Obviously, Northwest Arkansas, it's now come on strong. There's a lot of great companies here. But still, the rest of the state's very underserved in quality pest control with modern methods. I mean, we joke all the time, the official uniform of pest control in Arkansas is a pocket T-shirt, usually with a pack of smokes in it. So we've come a long ways, and tried to make it a more professional environment. And Northwest Arkansas in general, we have some great options for pest control, but the rest of the state does not.
And do you see franchising at some point?
Yeah, something we've talked about a lot, going from being a franchise in the beginning to possibly doing that. We're just so focused on growth right now and taking advantage of everything we can in Northwest Arkansas. Obviously, we own real estate too, some commercial real estate. We still own the building that True Green is in. They still lease from us. Building out commercial real estate's been fun for us as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, your favorite question?
Yep.
If the viewers,
For the viewers.
if they hear this today,
Yep.
and they want to switch over to Trent and Team,
Yep. What would you be able to do for them?
what would you be able to do for them?
Because they heard it here on the B team.
Meaning, is there a discount or something? Rob is the call up.
Yeah.
Say you know the B team.
I love it.
Yeah.
Phone's right off the hook with our 2.5 million viewers.
Yes.
So I better be careful then. Yeah.
Well, Rob heard when he spent $50,000 in advertising, he thought we might be able to get a piece of that.
That was in 2008.
He's still thinking about it. Yeah. Remember, he walked like 30 minutes ago. Come on, Rob. What are you doing here? So, no, it's good. So we're the only company I know that puts our pricing on our website. Like, we're so confident in our service, we put our pricing out there for everybody to see. It's set for everybody, no matter who you are, where you live. But for you guys, for this show, we'll waive our $99 initial fee, which I've never done. I've never done it.
Never done.
In the history-
Only here on the B
Hear
team.
that, viewers?
I've never
done this.
We've done partnerships with the Razorbacks or all kinds of people. I've never done a free initial. So zero initial, and you just start right in with the $39 a month for full pest control.
There you go.
At your house.
I
Just
mean,
call up and say,
First time.
B team.
We're breaking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mention the B team.
It's huge.
Done.
Wow.
It's never happened before. I hope we can handle it.
Hey, we're gonna have to focus on the headliner.
I mean, now if they do wasps and stuff, you may
He
be
does.
the first guy.
Yeah, we might have you come.
Oh, yeah. Look at
redo
that.
all our stuff.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasps are included in our general service. Look at that.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys do? I've heard we have some friends that live down in Houston, and like on their outdoor patio, they have like these sprayers that come on for like flies and bugs. Do you guys do that? kind of
Yeah,
stuff
the
too, or
mosquito
is that
spraying.
mosquito?
We do. I mean, we don't. I see that a lot. We don't offer that because who wants to just see chemical being sprayed?
Well, I thought
right?
we
Like,
might be able to get Rob as the first customer.
get him on an automatic drip of
Yeah.
pesticide.
I like all those auto trips.
We know. We know. We try our best to make sure nobody dies from our service. So we're going to keep it super clean.
I'm scarred. I can't even go in and out of my gate anymore. I'm scared.
Man,
I still got the marks on my
They
leg.
smoked him.
If you call up,
He thought it was a snake bite at first.
It hurt so bad.
He goes, I think a
I
snake
called
got
back.
me.
I said, I think I just got bit by a snake.
Man, that's brutal.
Because they were right next to each other, right on the ankle. Little suckers.
so if you call up on the way home, you'll get new service without the fee waived. Just say you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Done deal.
And you could
up
switch
your
your lawn service too.
We're saving lives up here today.
Saving lives. You want to give out the website for the viewers?
Yeah.
What's the best way to get in touch with you?
So naturalstate.com, super easy.
Good name.
Yeah.
That costs us a small fortune to nail that, by the way, to get that website domain. But yeah, naturalstate.com is great. Our phone number, 479-927-6350. And then all of our social media, TikTok. We've had tons of videos go viral on TikTok. I mean, just put out really gross bug content and people love it. You know,
I love it.
So we've got
freaks out there.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're big on all of those.
Do you have a camera at the house that has the video of you with the wasp? Because you know how much that would blow
I
up on
guarantee,
TikTok.
I
We
guarantee
need
it
that.
because my shorts fell down.
Oh my God.
I started doing that dance that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I had a pair of just workout shorts on.
Time out. Is there a video of this somewhere? With you dancing with your pants around your ankles?
I would have to ask Ange if it. I don't know how long our camera keeps the video, but I guarantee it.
We need to see this. The viewers have asked for it.
My pants fell down.
First viral video. That would be a great ad for us, though, would not?
Kane, you don't think your viewership would go through the roof?
yeah.
The membership,
It would be
the
hilarious.
podcast viewers, your members.
It'd be like, you'd watch him running, you'd be like, beep, 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 beep.
Don't be this guy. He called Natural State Fence Control. It happens.
We might work out a little, horse trade on that.
Exactly.
Don't be this guy. We say that all the time. Don't be this guy.
Oh, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Absolute
absolutely.
pleasure.
Cheers.
Thank you guys for
Spend time
today here.
Yeah, great job. Natural State.
Naturalstate.com.